Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Gemini, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week this week is the Chariot. No, it's not. It is the High Priestess. Hidden things are revealed and psychic impressions are confirmed. Pay attention to your intuition, your gut hunches, your feels, all of that sort of like vibrational and or psychic stuff, especially with this eclipse that's going to be taking place, because that eclipse for you is in the 12th house, specifically for those of you that are ascendant Geminis to a lesser degree, but still relevant, the sun and the moon. Not talking too much astrology here because I'll be putting out a separate video for the eclipses. But yeah, to suffice it to say, this one is obviously doing its working its mojo on you, because the High Priestess is your intuitive faculties taking like a, you know, they're really heightened at this time. This is going to be a powerful week for you guys. Pay attention to your dreams, your visions, any of those moments that feel what I affectionately call other. Pay attention to this, right? Because this week it's really going to be that. It could also be as well, for some of you, this might be a mentor in the spiritual realm that shows up for you. So it doesn't have to be a human mentor. It could totally be an intangible one. It is a 12th house eclipse after all. And the High Priestess can represent spiritual or psychic persons that we interact with. So it could be on that level, but it could just as easily be a person. For some of you, this may be you acting as the facilitator for that realm. So you know, it's interesting to consider. Then finally, the High Priestess could also be that you're this could be a secret that you are choosing to share with the world, or with certainly with someone. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the 7 of Wands. So for some of you, and I don't talk about this stuff lightly because it doesn't come up very often. So what I say to all of my clients is, it's more common than people think, but it's not as common as people feel, right? So I get a lot of people, and I don't say this out of like, this is not me bad mouthing or anything like that. I'm just stating a fact. I get a lot of people that will come to me and they say, you know, I'm cursed, somebody's doing juju on me, or this, that, and the other. And it's like, it's not that common. It's more common than people think. Like, it absolutely happens. It absolutely comes up, but it's not as common. Like, most of the time people are having a difficult time and they want to attribute that blame to something. However, with this 7 of Wands and this High Priestess, this could be a revelation about somebody that has tried to work on you in the spiritual realm, in a spiritual sense. I'm really sorry to say that. It could just as easily be that you are battling something in the spiritual sense that you are trying to remove or release from your life or from somebody else's. The 7 of Wands here in the actions and options, I really want to say to you this week, my dear Geminis, be careful what battles you take on, you know, on your own shoulders. And if you are going down this route, maybe it would be wise to check why this person is, like, if you're being called upon to fight for somebody else's cause on a spiritual level, you need to really check into why that person is in such a position to start with. It's very rare that we come across people that are malicious, like that malicious, for no specific reason, like completely unprovoked. It's very, very rare, if ever, you know, in that regard. So this is something to be very conscious of if you move in those kind of circles. Outside of that, the 7 of Wands with the High Priestess, this could literally be you battling with yourself about something that you do or don't want to share. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're having consideration about that. So then you've got the 3 of Swords for your communications and conversations. You have this underneath the High Priestess For some of you, this could literally be cutting ties, but it's like you make the decision to cut this tie before you even say anything about it. So for those of you that are studying or in the academic realm, this could be that you decide to complete your studies early, or that you decide not to continue with a course. And it's like you're going through this process of fighting with yourself to say, okay, how am I going to tell my parents? How am I going to, do you know what I mean? Like what's going to happen if I don't go down this route? Am I going to be able to succeed? My answer to that is always yes. Doesn't mean it's going to be harder, potentially, but something that you need to consider. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, it looks like there may be a shake-up going on in your company that you're unaware of, and this looks like it can, you know, not for all of you, and you know, not overnight, but it does look like there could be, you know, people getting laid off or fired or released from contracts early. So watch out for the telltale signs. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this could be literally choosing to let go of an old clientele, an old source of business, an old source of revenue. It could be one that you're really sad to see go, but maybe you're not able to negotiate it out, right? Maybe they still want the same service that they've been having for the last 5 years at the same price, and it's like, I'm sorry, but with the way that everything is at the moment, unfortunately, you're going to have to meet me halfway. This could be, and it could be really painful to see them go, but it just means that, you know, something else is being opened up for you. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this, coupled with the High Priestess, could be slightly more complicated, because it could literally be the letting go of or the releasing of an important woman or feminine person figure in your life. Doesn't have to be a death, but you know, it could be one that you're sad to see go in some way. For your love and relations, you've got the Ace of Wands. This is very nice for new love. For some of you, this could literally be like secret admirer energy, but it is likely to be revealed at this time. And just because of the other cards that you've got going on here, it's kind of like perfect thing, perfect person, wrong moment. You know, maybe they catch you at a bad time. Maybe, you know, if it had been last week before it had certain news, then I would have jumped in. Or, you know, it's just kind of like, it feels like the perfect person. It feels like it could be a lot of fun, very sexy, very vibrant, but it's kind of like the wrong time. And the reason being is it kind of feels like you might use this new person as just escape. Like, yeah, it's fun, it's sexy, and it makes me not have to think and all the rest of it. Be careful with that, because the other person may think that it's more than you view it as at this moment in time, and this could trip you up at a later date. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, I mean, this is really nice in that regard, but it kind of feels like the lust levels are unevenly stacked at the moment. So this could be that you're, you know, really like, at the moment, and your partner just isn't, or the other way around. You're going to have to find a way to balance this, or at least put something in place that kind of connects you, that isn't, you know, causing such a stress point, if that makes sense. For your money and materials, you have the Six of Swords. So lots of air here for the Geminis. Well, it's all air and fire really, isn't it, to be fair, with the High Priestess and her watery energy. So for your finances and for your money and materials, the Six of Swords is great for money, because it suggests that whatever challenges or issues you've had financially, this is a week where you will start to feel the ease of those burdens, because you've got this underneath the Three of Swords. That could be getting rid of a debt. It could be releasing of one. For some of you, this could be a debt that is forgiven. It could also be a secret source of money that comes in that you are, maybe for some of you, this is a payout. You know, maybe your boss or your job says, look, we're going to have to let you go, but we're going to give you a little something in order to go, that kind of sets you up for the short term. It kind of tides you over, let's say. When it comes to your brain, come on brain. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Six of Swords is your body. It's like your physical, like your skin and your nervous system. These are the aspects of self that you really need to look after this week. with the High Priestess there as well. This could be an imbalance potentially of the waters of the body, or the oils of the body. I'm not a doctor, can't give you medical advice, but watch out for that. If you've got skin problems this week, it will be an oil imbalance for those. And then for your home and environment, the Six of Swords. Some of you could be gearing up to be spending some time away from home this week. And for some of you, this could be travel that you're having to do because somebody else's health is not good. On that front, I really hope that I'm wrong, but you'll have to let me know. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.